Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss two another types of inheritance in Python. In the previous video, we have discussed single inheritance. Now Python supports two more types of inheritance. One is multiple inheritance, another one is multi-level inheritance. Now let us start with multiple inheritance. What is multiple inheritance is a process of deriving a child class from more than one parent class. A child class can have more than one parent. In that case, it's called multiple inheritance. The child class created will inherit the attributes and methods of both the parents, as well as its own behavior can be there for the child class. Now, the problem with multiple inheritances, it's little complex to implement and it is little complex to understand. And one more thing is, when a particular method or variable is there in both the parents, then two copies of the same variable or method will be inherited into the child class. So that's why, because of this issues with multiple inheritance, it is not used widely or everywhere. Now let us see the syntax of multiple inheritance. Here the parent classes are created just like the normal classes. So they are the normal classes. For example, class parent 1, then its body of the class, then parent 2, then body of the class. When you are creating the child class is created like class keyword, then the class name. After that, within set of parentheses, we have to mention the parent classes names. So if the child class is getting inherited from two or more parents, then the names of the parent class should be given within parentheses one after another separated by comma. And then that after that the body of the class can be created. So this is the syntax of creating a class from two or more parent classes by using multiple inheritance. Now let us have a small coding example. So let me create as parent 1. Now in this class we are going to have only one method, for example def parent 1 display. Now we are going to create a print statement here to print the statement in the output screen. For example, I am in parent 1. Now this class is defined. Let me create one more parent class, class parent 2. Here let me create a method parent 2 display. Now we are going to have a print statement here, and to print a statement in the output screen, I am in parent 2. Now this parent 1 and parent 2 are going to act as the parent classes for a newly created class. For example, class child. So child is the name of the child class that is going to be created, and it is going to be created from two parents, parent 1 and parent 2. So within set of parentheses, you have to mention the names of the parent classes one by one separated by comma. So parent 1 comma parent 2. Now the child class is declared, and now let us write the method that is belong to child class itself. So for example, let me create a method child display. So in this method we are going to have a print method or print statement. So print I am in child. Now let us see the code. The parent class is created with one method parent 1 display, and it is going to print a statement or a sentence I am in parent 1 in the output screen. Then again another parent 2, and that is with a method parent 2 display, and it is printing a sentence I am in parent 2 in the output screen. Now from this parent 1 and parent 2, we created a child class child, and that has its own method child display to display a statement I am in child. Now what is the advantage of having this multiple inheritances? Uh, the attributes and methods of the parent classes can be the member of the child class. So once you inherit a child class from two or more parents, then all the members of the parent classes can be accessed by using the object of the child class. So here let me create a child class object C, for example. C is the name of the object, equal to, then child class name is child. Now, the object of child class is created. Now, let us call the methods of the parent class one by one. So, C dot parent parent1 display, then C dot parent2 display, then C dot child display. So your child class object is now having the members, parent1 display which is the member of the parent1, then parent2 dot display which is the member of the parent2, and its own member method, that is child display. Now using child class object you are accessing all the three methods, that means the parent methods as well as the child's methods. Right, now let us run the code. You see, when you are accessing the parent class methods by using child class object, the child parent class methods are accessed without any problem. Then child class method is also accessed. So this is called multiple inheritance in Python. Now let us move to the next type of inheritance in Python. That is multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. What is multi-level inheritance? Is deriving a class from another child class, or deriving a child class from another child class is called multi-level inheritance. So you are creating a class, that class is created from another parent class, which in turn created from another parent class. That means you are creating a child class from another child class. So between the grandfather class and the grandson class, there can be n number of intermediate classes or intermediate levels of classes. So that's why it's called multi-level inheritance. So it's like a relationship between the grandfather, father, and then the child. Now, the number of intermediate parent, that means, for example, father or mother, right, can be n number. Okay, right. So there can be n number of intermediate levels between the uh, grandmost parent and grandmost child, right? That means the grandchild. So this is what called as multi-level inheritance. And the multi-level inheritance is so simple to implement, so it's used widely. Now some of the examples. For example, a car class derives from the vehicle. A car class that is derived from the vehicle. Now this vehicle class in turn derived from the automobile class. So automobile class is the grandfather class, and vehicle is the father class, and car is the child class, like that. And inverter AC is actually the subclass of AC class, and this AC class is inherited from the appliance class, right? So appliance is actually the supermost class, or otherwise the grandfather class, and then AC is actually is the child class, and inverter AC is the grandchild class. So as the levels are going are increasing, that means from top to bottom, the topmost class will be more general and the bottommost class will be more specific. Now let us see the syntax of multi-level inheritance. The parent one, the first parent or the grandparent class is created just like a normal class, and then from that parent one class we created the child one. So this is actually first level between the parent and child, or the grandfather and child. So this is the intermediate class. This child one is the intermediate class that is derived from the parent one. Now from this child one, okay, from this child one we created another class child two. So child one is created from parent one, and child two is created from child one. So this is what called as multi-level inheritance. let us see an example for multi-level inheritance. Let me create a class parent1. Now here let me have a method, for example def parent1 display. Now let me have a print statement within this parent1 display method. For example, I am in parent1. Now from this parent1 class, let me create a child class, for example child1. Now this child1 class is going to have one method, for example child1 display. Now within this child1 display class or child1 display method, we are going to have a print statement with a sentence to print as I am in child1. Now child1 is created from parent1, so we have to create it from parent1. So within parenthesis we have to mention the name of the parent class parent1. So now the child1 is actually created from parent1. Now from this child1 we are going to create another class, that is child2. So class child2 actually is going to be created from child1. So this is actually called multi-level inheritance, right? So here number of levels is actually totally 3. That means this is the parentmost class, and from that we are creating a child class child1. From that we create another child class child2, right? So the number of levels of the inheritance is actually 3. Now let us have a member method in this child2 class also. So def child2 display. Now here let us have a print statement, print I am in child2, right? Now once you created child2 from child1, all the members of child1 become the member of child2. Now child1 is created from parent1, so all the members of parent1 will become the members of child1. So in turn they become the members of the child2 also. So that means when child2 is created from child1, which in turn created from parent1, all the members of parent1 will become the members of child2 class. So the grandfather class or the member methods or member variables of grandfather class is now inherited into the grandchild class child2. So this is how happening. So now you require only one object, that is the object of the child2, that means the grandchild class, right? For example C is the name of the child2 class or the grandchild class, and the class name is child2. Now the object is created. Now by using the object of the grandchild class, you can access the grandchild method, that means child2 display, then the father method, that means child1 display, then grandfather method, that is parent1 display. Right, now let us access the methods one by one. So C dot parent1 display, then next one is C dot child1 display, next one is C dot child2 display. Now by using the grandchild class itself, you accessed all the parent class methods or parent class members. Now let us run the code. Now you could see by using the child class object, you access the parent1, that means the grandfather class method, then father class method, then the grandchild class method. So this is called multi-level inheritance in Python. So I hope that you understood what is multiple inheritance and what is multi inheritance in Python and how it is implemented. So happy programming. Thank you.